Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Keishu. I'm an internal medicine doctor and a GI fellow. It's Wednesday morning. I just got to work a little bit early and I'm sitting in my car. So I figured it'd be fun to tell a little story time of how I got into the specialty and everything I did leading up to this moment. I'm actually originally from the West Coast. I'm from California, but ever since college, I've been kind of far away from home. I've been in the Midwest, I've been in the East Coast, I've been in the Caribbean, all the places. And now I'm currently a first-year GI fellow and I absolutely love it. So a lot of people ask me, why did I pick GI and what brought you to this specialty? For me, my love for GI started all the way back to medical school. I remember in my 4th year, I had an elective in GI and I just remember going into the hospital and having so much fun on this rotation. I remember the people being so nice and just being so happy in the field that they're in. My main goal was to get into internal medicine because I did my internal medicine rotations in my 3rd year and I really liked them. And I liked the fact that I could specialize if I wanted to. So even if I didn't want to do GI or I wanted to do another specialty, internal medicine gave me the option to do that. But the part that I liked about surgery so much was that it was a very hands-on specialty and I felt like I liked doing the procedures. I liked being hands-on. I liked going into the OR and doing things. But the only thing that I didn't like was the lifestyle of surgery and the hours of surgery. I felt like there was no work-life balance. But for me, the lifestyle was a little bit more important than the surgical aspects. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna do internal medicine instead of surgery. And then when I was also doing my GI rotation in medical school, I realized that it's kind of like a surgical specialty also, where you're doing procedures, you're in the endoscopy suite, they have an anesthesia team there for you. So it was pretty much the best of both worlds, where you mix internal medicine and you take surgery, you have a baby and it's GI. So when I started my internal medicine residency, I pretty much came in to the program knowing that I wanted to do GI. And I was doing all these things in hopes that I would match into a GI specialty. So going into applying, I was actually really nervous because I was like, there's a pretty high probability that I won't match because I think only 50% of people match into GI. Another reason why I really wanted to go into GI is that there are no female GI physicians. And I remember that when I first moved to Florida, I was trying to find a GI doctor because I was having stomach issues. And everywhere that I looked, there was not one single female that I could go see for my GI problems. They were all male. And that's when it hit me even more. It's like this specialty needs more females. Because if you think about it, a lot of GI procedures are very invasive procedures and you want to feel comfortable with the person that's doing these procedures for you. And more than likely, if you're a female, you're going to feel more comfortable getting these procedures from a female rather than a male. And I remember reading up that a statistic said that only 19% of GI doctors are female. That's crazy. And I also remember there was a couple times where I expressed to my attendings when I was on my GI rotation that I was really interested in doing GI, and they were so kind to let me try and play around with the scope and like do colonoscopies while I was a resident. And another thing about me is I grew up playing video games. Like I loved playing the Game Boy, the Nintendo, the PS4, whatever was there when we were growing up. And they said if you grew up playing video games as a kid, you're gonna be really good at GI because the procedures are like a video game. And honestly, I do have to say, playing video games as a kid has helped me so much while doing my procedures, because for these procedures you need that mind-body connection, you need that hand dexterity, and you need that muscle memory, which video games honestly gave me growing up as a kid. And so yeah, all of these things came together while I was in residency and I was like, this is a specialty for me. I also rotated throughout all the other specialties while I was doing my residency, so I went through things like cardiology, hematology, oncology, nephro, and all of those specialties were great. It's just nothing stood out to me the way that GI did. So fast forward many years later and now we are here. But I'm absolutely loving my life now. I love being in this field and I love being a GI fellow. I come to work every single day actually excited to be here, and I can tell you that's a huge change in my mindset from when I was in residency. I feel like in residency you're just working to work, you're coming to work exhausted. In fellowship I actually feel eager to work, I feel excited to learn, and like you actually want to be here because fellowship isn't forced. Fellowship is something that you choose to do. So people usually going into these fields feel really passionate about these fields, and this is like what they want to do for the rest of their life. But I hope you guys enjoyed my little story of basically how I got into GI and this field. But if you have any more questions, drop them down in the comments below. I love making little chit chat videos like this and would love to do more videos about questions that you guys would have. All right, see you guys in the next one. Bye.